Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am Shay, your local numerologist. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share. Make sure you leave your comments below. I do like to read all of your comments. All right, so we are getting into our second quarter reading for our Master Life Path 11s. So for our Master Life Path numbers, um, subject is going to be take a look at your missteps in the first quarter and then what is your focus for the next quarter. Okay, so um, I wrote down still having issues with honest vulnerability. Open yourself up to possibilities. So that is for the first quarter. You guys have not been trusting people with your heart. Um, and just the way that it works, right, is that in order to really build in this emotional and healthy space, you do have to let people in. It is required. You can show affection as a duty, but you need to show affection as love. As being Life Path 11s, I know that you guys have probably struggled with being too emotional. It's a lot of feminine energy in a Life Path 11. So you guys, like, again, may struggle with people taking advantage of your love, misusing, abusing it, or ignoring it, or just expecting that you're always going to be there. For the quarter that we're talking about, the second quarter going into, um, Spirit really wants you to focus on your work life balance. Okay, so that is going to be very, very important over this next quarter. But we are going to go ahead and start with the overview. Master Life Path 11, natural impulse for intuition, constantly evolving, and you guys are natural psychics. So you guys are our psychics of all the Life Path numbers. Life Path 11 has a lot of natural psychic ability. You guys always need to trust your gut. You always need to follow your intuition, because not doing it is going to lead you into a very dark place. Whereas most of us, hey, I didn't make that right turn, so I might be a little late. Whereas if you don't make that right turn, you might be in a complete accident or something like that. It's just more. It's a lot more responsibility. Like, we are dealt the hands we are dealt, guys. We are dealt the hands we are dealt. I feel like Life Path 11s a lot of times, because I have so many in my life, kind of stray away from what their duty is as far as their psychic abilities, listening to intuition. You can kind of get caught up in your own feelings and take things a little bit personal that other people do. Always a rule of thumb: the way that people act, that's them, right? How you act is how you act. That is who you are. Somebody doing something to you is not going to make you behave a certain way. We all need to be responsible for our actions. And so you don't need to be responsible for anybody else's actions. So what we got here? Third chakra, solar plexus, the warrior. I embrace my inner strength, power, and resilience, and I allow myself to shine. I unfold my potential as an empowered person with a true sense of who I am. I grow in consciousness as I overcome and transcend life's challenges. I need the warrior inside me for the journey ahead, and I am courageous in moving forward. Okay, so with this, the solar plexus is about confidence, kind of like believing in yourself and really allowing the things that you are good at to shine and stand out. That's what I'm getting from the card. So it does say that you are a warrior. You guys may have issues, always having to overcome this or overcome that. It is a state that most of us as adults, we have to constantly overcome this or that or deal with this or that. Um, but in your case, it feels a little bit heavier because it's kind of like you're called into battle, and it's you're called into war, and it's just battle after battle after battle, and that can be a little bit hard, exhausting, tiring. And that's the main reason, guys, why you have to open yourself up to vulnerability, so that sometimes when you're feeling super heavy, you can speak to your emotions, you can lay it all out, and you can make yourself feel a little bit lighter. All right, so let's get into this reading. Still having issues with honest vulnerabilities, right? Open yourself up to the possibilities. So I feel like you guys have been considering trust in divine detour 16. I feel like you guys have been considering being open and honest with someone. So let's see what's going on with you guys in this first quarter. What have you guys been doing? So trust in divine detours is definitely giving a vibe that you guys have been you have been following your intuition. Y'all, this shit came right back out. You have been following your intuition, um, but it's not always, it hasn't always worked out for you. So let's see. We got 3, we got 5, we got 4, we got 2 sevens here. All right. I'm just going to put these in numerological, you know what, numerical order, y'all. I don't even know the word. Let's just take a look at them, though. So this is what your first quarter of 2023 looks like, or the past 3 months, whenever you view this reading. So we have Armadillo Spirit, set healthy boundaries. I do get this energy that you guys have been over over setting boundaries to the point where you are a little bit closed off, and so you have been trying to open up a little bit. So I do feel like, I mean, looking at these cards, that you guys have been working on yourself all the way, right? So we have claim your independence right here, cat spirit. You know, the more I learn about cats, they are very, very sassy. And if they could talk, they would always speak their mind and tell you exactly what they're thinking, exactly what they're doing, exactly what they want. You guys have selfish people around you because you don't speak out enough about the things that you need and the things that you want and the things that you won't accept. So there's an energy here of retreating a little bit when things get too hard, when things get too personal, kind of stepping out of it instead of stepping into it. And again, the only issue with that is that when you don't face things head on, it makes it difficult for you to be honest about how you feel and what you really want. Nightingale Spirit, love is all around you. That's energy that you guys need to recognize. The people that are going to be for you are going to be for you regardless, right? You don't have to do anything specifically. They're going to love you no matter who you are, right? Unless you are going on some kind of criminal spree. And I mean serious criminal spree, like where people are actually getting hurt. They're going to be there for you. They're always going to be like, "Okay, let's, you know, we can work this out." So as a Master Life Path 11, you do have people around you that love you. You need to use them, and this isn't in a bad way, but definitely use them to get to that next step. Use them to express love. I feel like you guys have been allowing, like you have been loving people but not allowing them to love you back, if that makes sense, because you're not honest, right? It's hard for me to love it's hard for someone to love me for who I am if I'm constantly hiding who I am, right? Trust in divine detours. I really feel like somebody was removed from your life. Be spirit, sweet results await. Oh goodness. So anyway, I do want to discuss these two things because we do have two karmic life path numbers, 13 and 16 right here. 16 is about misuse and abuse of love, and 13 is about irresponsibility, self-indulgence, basically being selfish, basically. So you guys may have had somebody removed from your energy that has not been doing the things that they need to do in life. They may have been dragging on your energy, and you guys have been feeling a little bit, I don't know, you love this person, so it's really hard for you to deal with them not being in your life. Okay, and this first quarter was hard because it looks like somebody was taken away. Now I don't know if this was like they just left and then come back, or if somebody is no longer here in the physical form. I do not know, but let's get into this first quarter. What's going on? What happened in the first quarter for our life path 11s? Lots of fighting, and like you see, got another 5. We'll just leave down the 5. Let's take this one. Temperance. 14, y'all. That's another 5. And I was thinking about 14, but again, 14 is another karmic life path number. Listen, you guys, being a master life path 11, when you are in your empathic energy, you can find it difficult to kind of blend with people, be around people. You can find it difficult to feel others' emotions and all of that because it can be very heavy. The temperance card, temperance is really about balance, but temperance is also about experimentation. It's almost like the trial and error of the 7 of Pentacles. Only, I just feel like it's more focused, and it's more of a spiritual type of trial and error. So there's a lot that you guys have learned. We have triple fives here. So 555, as I always have said since I started working with numbers, is a tower. But specifically, it's a tower dealing with your emotions and the people that love you, right? Because the triple five comes to 15, which ends up being a 6. And so you can end up struggling with people that are supposed to care about you because of the things that they do. And this has caused some kind of conflict in this first quarter. I feel like you guys have really figured out who is with you and who ain't ever gonna be with you. Like they're never gonna come around. They're just not. They're just not. So I'm getting a serious ending of a relationship. One that meant something to you. And again, we got 13, karmic life path, selfish, self-indulgent, irresponsible. Somebody's irresponsible with your heart, your soul, with your dreams and your goals. And they had to go. Yeah, this person is still here. This person is still here physically, like, but spirit they did something to get them out of your life and shit. So we have the moon coming 18 to a 9. And then we have the page of coins, page of pentacles, page of earth, whatever you call it. So the moon is this card. Okay. I always noticed this card as in she was pregnant. But it's 100% about illusion, right? Because this animal right here, I think that's a raccoon or something. They're looking at the regular moon. They're looking at the real moon. Whereas this one is confused and looking at the moon in the water. And so emotions have caused some kind of illusion, has put you in this dark kind of space. And so you are relearning. Okay, and so with the page of coins, the relearning, like it is on how to handle something. So it's either relearning how to handle your emotions, relearning how to handle the people in your life, relearning how to balance things or something like that. But you guys took a hit, right? But over here, we do have in these double sevens, trust in divine detours and sweet results await. And so, even though things have been difficult, they are setting you up for the future. Everybody can't come with you. And I know that you guys have heard that before, but it is the honest to God truth that everybody cannot come with you. Everybody is not allowed to stay in your circle, in your power. All right. So for this next quarter, you guys are going to be focusing on your work-life balance. I get a feeling of being lost, but meaning coming into the focus. So the loss has me thinking that you guys may be a little bit confused on what your actual path is. I do encourage you to just take a look at your expression destiny reading that is calculated by your name, right? So your first, middle, and last name, if you have a middle name, and what is on your birth certificate, because that is what has originally been stamped into your life. And then just take a look at that reading and get a clearer vision or picture on what your actual destiny is. All right, so we're looking at the next quarter. I really feel like you guys are really getting into your destiny in this next quarter. Okay, so we're gonna take this rhino too. Did y'all see that rhino eat that pumpkin? That was a rhino, right? No, that was a hippopotamus, I think. Never mind. Never mind. You know, a lot of these animals be so big and they don't even eat meat, you know? Like they eat plants and all types of stuff, but they are like um tough animals. Okay, so we have 23 eagle spirit. Spirit has your back. Mouse spirit tend to the small things. Beaver spirit lay a solid foundation. And then we have overcome any obstacle. So in this case, we do have double fives here. So we have 4, 5, and 6. Okay, 4 is about foundation. Mouse spirit tend to the small things, right? Every little piece and effort that you put in, it makes a difference. Especially because of who you are and what you stand for. So put forth the effort that you need and make sure you are creating that work life balance because it's going to be important to you. In the end, you have to have that work life balance in order to be successful in life. In work life, loving your family, all of that. Tend to the small things. Spirit has your back. So, what I'm getting is that you guys are going to be introduced to maybe a new job, a new way of making money. Maybe you guys are really starting to get some footing in with your craft, right? So whatever you do, whatever your side gig is that you actually love doing, that's feeding your soul, you might get some extra boost this next quarter. So with that being said, make sure that you guys aren't so focused on making that money and building that business that you forget that you have a family at home that loves you. Make sure you give them that time and give them that love. You guys absolutely need that, right? So double fives. Five is about change. 5 is about fear. And with the spirit has your back and overcome any obstacle. The rhino spirit, eagle spirit, it's almost like best of both worlds. Um, I'm getting fly above the bullshit, right? And then I also get this energy of kind of like trampling through it. Like nobody's gonna stop you. Nobody's gonna stop you. We have 2 foundation cards right on the end. So over here, lay a solid foundation, beaver spirit. And over here, tend to the small things, mouse spirit. Um, you have been working on this for a while. And the things that you have been working on are finally coming to fruition. So over this next quarter, you're going to see a lot of progress in your endeavors. I always tell you guys that the journey has to be worth the goal. So when you are working so hard on something, if you are neglecting everything else, then the journey is not going to be worth the goal. A journey where you can take care of everything and you can have love and like your emotional, mental, physical, financial space, spiritual space are all okay at the same time. That's what you want, right? That is the life that we strive for it to be totally and completely balanced. I know I have love in my life. I have mental stability. I have my sanity in my life. My rent is paid, my bills is paid. I can go on vacation. I'm exercising. I feel good when I work out in the morning. I put good things into my body. That's what we all strive. That's what we all want. And it could be difficult to get there. Okay. I'm telling you right now, I've been trying to tell myself to go work out, and it has been so hard, y'all. It has been so hard. So sometimes it's just a little, sometimes it's one thing that it can really throw us off as far as balance goes. So make sure that the things you do in life are balanced. But I can tell you, over this next quarter, you guys are going to find your destiny. You are going to overcome whatever obstacles have been put in your way. And look, this little rhino, he has, I say a little rhino, this rhino has a crown. Goodness, you guys can be a little stubborn. This rhino has a little crown, right? And we're going to turn that into a big crown. Um, I also get with the zeros here that you may come up on some blockages. So over this next quarter, if you're blocked from doing something, find a different path, okay? Because sometimes, like with the rhino, we got to burrow through. Sometimes, like with the eagle, with the eagle, we have to fly above. Make sure that you guys are taking the right path. If it's too hard and too high to fly above it, go around it, go through it, whatever the case may be. But if you are getting a lot of resistance, at least in this next quarter, I can't say for the rest of your life, but in the second quarter of 2023, when you are facing resistance, you guys need to go a different direction. Make sure you're listening to your intuition. Make sure you guys are meditating. If you are having problems, like finding somebody to really express your emotions to, you guys need to get a professional psychologist or get a journal, something like that. Like you have to be able to express yourself, write it down, start a video journal. I don't care. I don't care. You got to get it out. Don't hold things inside. It is not healthy, and it's always going to work against you. Always. All right. Let's pick a couple more cards. Whoa. We'll take that one. That definitely looked like a 5, y'all. So we getting a lot of 5s here. So let's see what cards we got. Okay, we got the Star. We have the Knight of Coins. We have the 5 of Cups. And we have the Queen of Coins. Okay, we'll start with the Star. The Star, 17, comes to an 8. The 8 is about what goes around comes around. The 8 is about karma. I still get a vibe of intuition. So the Star is about hope. The Star is about kind of like believing that you can get on the other side of whatever this negative energy is. Like, okay, I can overcome this and I can move on. And with it falling on 10 to the small things, this is where I say you have to put that effort in and really, I hate that this is crooked. Put that effort in and have faith, right? We talk about faith all the time. People really like associate it with like religion, but it's not. Faith is having the belief that when you put the effort in something, that is going to have the desired outcome, or at least close to. That is faith. So when you are tending to the small things, when you are taking care of the little details, which you guys, there are some little details that you have to make sure you're taking care of. I don't know how to say this, but get your paperwork in order. Get everything in order so that you will be ready. Because when this next quarter hit, you need to be able to hit the ground running, right? So we have 23, Eagle Spirit. Spirit has your back. So we have the Knight of Coins. First of all, Spirit has always had your back. Okay, but this is something that you've been working for a long time. And even him, he's a warrior, right? He's He looked kind of young to me, maybe a little bit inexperienced, but he is definitely a warrior and is going into this place where he can use his skills to do a good thing. I also get that you guys are being set up so that you won't have to go into this battle, so that things are going to be a little bit easier for you. But you guys have to get through this next quarter. Remember, 2023 is all about, oh shit, the 23. 2023 is all about karma, and more than karma, really things coming to light. So a lot of things that were done in the dark that has been happening over these last 9 years or so, they're going to be hugely exposed. And you definitely want to make sure that you're landing on the right side of history. But I really do get that after this quarter comes, you guys won't feel like you have to battle so much. And you may have a little bit of an easier time with life in general. Okay, overcome any obstacle. And the Five of Cups is giving grief. I don't know if this is grief for the person that has walked out of your life, grief for your life in general, some kind of realization that, things have been very difficult, and you've been facing these difficulties your whole life, and you're like, okay, well now, I see whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I realized not that long ago, it was like the end of last year, that I spent most of my life depressed, and I just kept it to myself. And so realizing that it was hard for me, because like I tried to be this really happy person, and I am happy. But depression is one of those things that it can come depending on what's going on, and it's something that is easier to get through once it's acknowledged, right? So if you go through life not acknowledging that, hey, I'm depressed right now, it can be difficult when you finally do realize, like, damn, I've been depressed like for years, like going years of just not feeling good, just like in this dark ass space and all of that. And I do think that you guys are facing some kind of realization like that. It might not necessarily be depression, it could be something else. But at the end of the day, there has been an emotion that has been stirring in you for a very long time, and one that you need to take care of. Queen of Coins. I like this Queen of Coins because she has the snake, and she also doesn't have any clothes on. So if you guys don't know, um, nudity is a symbolism of vulnerability. And the snake is symbolism. I mean, things could go two ways, y'all, but snake is a symbolism of healing. So you really want to make sure, in this case, that you heal. Lay a solid foundation. Lay this, lay this foundation where you feel okay to be you, where you feel like your thoughts are okay and your feelings are okay, and you have a right to feel those things, right? Because we can struggle with that, feeling like we're okay for having feelings. Like, it sounds silly, but it's true, especially with you guys, because you feel so much. All right, so I'm gonna get you guys some final advice cards. I kind of want to use some runes because I haven't used them, so let's pull them out. Got my big circle ones here. So let's just give Master Life Path 11 some advice to take with them over this next quarter. Let's get one more. All right. So we have the ox. This one is Urus, right? We have Dagas, and then we have Ays. And this one is kind of coming up in reverse. Urus is strong ox. Ays is kind of like, excuse me, not Ays. Dagas is clarity, right? And then Ays is about progress and movement. It can also represent loyalty. So I do get that you are strong enough to make it through this truth, to make it through the areas in your life that you have struggled with so valiantly. I just feel like you guys have been through a lot, have gone through a lot, have overcome a lot. And one thing that you haven't done is recognize how far you've been. Like right now, I wanna cry for y'all. And I feel like it's because you have not been really recognizing the strength that you hold, and you have this idea that you mean a lot to everybody around you, but you really don't know how much. Um, when when you come off as this strong person, when you come off as this person that doesn't really need people, people aren't going to really cater to your needs and the things that you want. They're just not. When you start expressing yourself, the things that you love, the things that you don't love, the things that you struggle with, the people who care about you most are gonna, their ears are gonna perk up. They're gonna be like, okay, okay, I got you. If they don't care, they don't care. You can move on. And I think sometimes as humans, we really have this idea, right, that no news is good news, right? So if you don't tell them, and therefore they don't act accordingly, you can't blame them or hold them responsible for the things that they know, because they don't know them. But once you start and they still act crazy and they still don't care, then you're in this position where you're like, oh my God, this person doesn't really care about me. You guys need to know that. It's just something that you have to come to terms with, like, as soon as possible. Natural impulse for psychic intuition, constantly evolving. You guys can't ever sit still. Okay, for a oh man, Four of Swords is about meditation and about sitting your ass down. And judgment, it's your calling. I feel like you guys are in this place where it's like you want to do all these things and your calling is coming for you. And maybe you've been ignoring it for a while, but you feel kind of debilitated by your past. So, my advice, seriously, my advice for you is to face those things in the past head on, right? It doesn't matter if you did something that you're not proud of, or somebody did something to you, and you're having an issue with that. I do get shame a lot. I get shame and I get guilt a lot. Shame, guilt, regret. Shame, guilt, regret. Shame, guilt, regret. It's like over and over and over again. Useless emotions. Useless. They absolutely serve no purpose. Now, don't get me wrong. We don't do some things because we would be ashamed of them. But if you've already done it, that's you, boo. Own it. Own it. Everything that you have done up until this point made you who you are. And who you are is somebody beautiful and wonderful, and somebody who is supposed to spread love and interaction among the world. Stand in that. Stand in that. We all make mistakes. We all have a past. We've all done shit that we wouldn't scream from the rooftop because we not necessarily proud of it, but we still did it. Nothing wrong. Ain't nothing to be ashamed of. Okay? So, yeah. I'm just going to end the reading here. I do wish you guys all of the luck. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave your experiences in the comments below. And if I haven't told you today, love is always the goal. Happiness is always the goal. And I'll see you guys next time.